This gonna be a third world country, y'all. I just want y'all to understand this. You got a lot of migrants. It's coming out here, demanding things, want things more. What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing today? Again, this your boy, Brother Big Austin. Oh boy, I gotta hit y'all with another one. This gonna be a third world country, y'all. I just want y'all to understand this. You got a lot of migrants. It's coming out here, demanding things, want things more. Now you got the Africans, you know, want things more, and it's getting bad. It's really is. I don't know, man. And there's a lot of things going on, man. It just don't. It's just not fair, It's not fair at all. So I'm not gonna hold too much longer. I just want y'all to take a look at this. I think the Koreans is trying to cross the border, and I found this on Brother Big Hawk on his channel. Salute to that brother. God bless him. So I'll take a look.
Migrants from China are now the fastest growing group of people entering the United States illegally from Mexico.
China?
Why are we seeing these growing numbers? Here's what we know.
New York?
Customs and Border Protection reported more than 24,000 Chinese migrant encounters at the southern border last fiscal year. In 2021, that number was just 450.
Did you just arrive here in the United States?
The migrants previously told News Nation reporters that they are escaping the Chinese Communist Party and plan to seek asylum in the United States.
Yearning for American freedom.
Some fly to Ecuador, where no visa is needed, and then travel north. Others are flying into Tijuana Airport before being guided across the border by smugglers. The Chinese migrants are reportedly willing to pay cartels up to $35,000 for smuggling services. And for a lot of them, it pays off. More than 50% of Chinese asylum applications were granted in the 2023 fiscal year. That's much higher than the average across all nationalities, which is only 14%. So why are these migrants seeking asylum instead of trying to enter the U.S. legally with a visa? One possible reason is that the United States tightened visa restrictions for people from China over the last several years. In 2016, the U.S. issued 2.2 million temporary visas. In 2022, that number dropped to just 160,000.
They've always consistently had high numbers of asylum seekers. I think second to that is the processing times in the embassies, the U.S. embassies in China are taking so long. Also, it's getting harder for a lot of them to maybe get tourist visas. So some of those folks may have come here as students, tourists, everything like that before, and then ultimately decide, hey, I can't return to my country and seek asylum that way, versus now they can't even get into the U.S. that way. So maybe they're taking this very desperate measure to do the journey even from China.
Social media has also likely played a role in the border crossings, allowing potential migrants to better understand the process and see what the journey is like to enter the United States.
drinking water. Border Patrol says it's run out of space. It just cannot process any more migrants at that sector. And correspondent Robert Sherman is live. Robert, this has essentially turned into an open-air holding cell.
What you have here, Nicole, is a situation that plays out all along the U.S.-Mexico border. You have a lot of people who are trying to cross into the United States. There's simply not enough resources to handle it. Between two border barriers, west of the San Isidro port of entry, hands desperately reach for food and water between slates of the border wall. Some migrants say they were held here for days, fearing for their lives.
We ran out of food. There's no medications that we are having. We cannot survive no more. We're afraid of dying.
A woman breaking down in tears on the Mexican side.
We will go and get some supplies for you.
As volunteers and nearby neighbors provide some temporary relief.
I feel like I'm putting a tiny grain of sand toward helping with what is an enormous problem and is unacceptable.
Some migrants made the long journey from countries as far as Somalia, India, and Pakistan.
I'm a young man who's looking for a bright future. I came to the free land to look for a life. I ran from my country because of the situations which are there.
But former Border Patrol officials say they are stretched thin, running out of room at its stations in the San Diego sector.
We're just overwhelmed. We have finite resources, finite amount of agents. We pull agents out of the field, leaving areas wide open to the real bad guys who want to sneak in. This is not sustainable.
Volunteers say this humanitarian crisis needs fixing.
It is unacceptable that there are people living in the dirt for days, kept here, when they are trying to get asylum because they had to leave.
And our sources on the ground tell us that Border Patrol is clearing some of those migrants out and getting them processed, but there are such a surge in that area that more migrants are taking their place. It's just become a never-ending problem over there, Nicole.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below.